Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ask, Learn, Grow, which is Q&A, insights and updates from everyone at Reef. In this video I'm joined by Head of Performance Media Matt Yeadham, and Matt's going to talk about a solution to quite a common problem that people might encounter, and that is when with form submits that don't have a thank you page. Tracking conversions when the event tag, which is the kind of standard way of tracking those types of conversions, doesn't seem to be firing. And I believe you use some sort of script, Matt, for this. Yeah. So I'll hand over to you and let you kind of walk people through your proposed solution.
Cool. So this is a problem for solving form submissions on pages that don't direct to a thank you page or another confirmation page. What you'll find more frequently is that your form submissions, you hit submit, the page doesn't reload, instead the message changes on that page instead. There are a number of ways to tackle this problem, but the most common one I use is just by using a little script that you can get off the web, which I can share in the comments down below. But that will essentially listen for form submission requests and then allow you to determine if a form submit's actually happened. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen, and on this we've just got a form field. This form field is a little bit of a standard one. If I hit get a proposal on our website, this will take me to some sort of thank you page. What you're probably running into though is you'd hit get a proposal and the page doesn't change, the message does. So a common way we can actually tackle that or get around it is just by jumping into Google Tag Manager, which I assume you've already got installed on the site. And basically just copying a bit of code onto the page. So I've already completed one earlier. I've just called this AJAX complete test. And all it is, we kind of forget all this here, just choose your tag type as custom HTML. And then you just want to copy in all this mumbo jumbo here. You don't have to worry about what it does. You don't have to worry about any of it. Just literally copy that and paste that in. Once you've done that, go to your trigger and get that to fire on all pages. Once you've done that, save it. And then jump into preview mode. I'll just give Google Tag Manager a second there to load. Excellent, you should now be in preview mode, and that'll be denoted by this orange space here. Go back to your form submit page, and all you want to do is refresh it. And you'll see the Google Tag Manager preview window here. And when you go to submit here, it won't work on this site because this site doesn't have an AJAX event that's happening. But what you'll see is your little, our little AJAX complete test actually fire, which is buried down in the not fired tags. Once it's done that, all we then need to do is click on one of the events that occurred on the page. So we've got window loaded or DOM ready, and head over to data layer and just look for a unique variable that's in here. What I've got is a great website with a step-by-step guide on how to do this, which will actually walk you through going to the data layer and choosing specific elements that are just unique to that form submission, and then using that to go, hey, a form submission's fired, and passing that back to Google Tag Manager.
We'll include a link to it in the comments below this video.
Yep, so that'll just be right below. Really fantastic tutorial. Basically, they work through each step, and it will also have a snippet of the code there as well, so you can actually utilize that, and you just copy and paste that in, and that will solve 99% of your form submit problems that don't have a page that has a thank you message at the end of it. Really, really handy stuff. We use it with a decent chunk of our websites now as they come online with these progressive web apps.
Great stuff. Thanks, Matt. And like we said, we'll put links to the script and the tutorials below this video. Hopefully that will help solve any issues, similar issues that other people might be experiencing. That kind of wraps up this video. So anything else to add just before we close up?
No, I think there's a great flowchart that we can also link that actually dives into this problem a little bit deeper. So if that AJAX complete doesn't work, there's actually a nice flowchart that you can follow to say, well, if that doesn't work, do this. They do get more complicated as you go down that funnel, where at some point you might have to get a developer to step in and help. But it's a great way of just learning how Google Tag Manager works as well under the hood with data layer variables, I should say, and kind of get a better gist of the platform as a whole.
Fantastic. Cheers, Matt.
Cool.
So that wraps up this video. If you've got any questions that you'd like to see the team answer, or any suggestions for a future video, feel free to let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks all for watching, and have a good day.